evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Amelia Marquez. In tonight's news, a Shelbyville woman is charged with TennCare fraud for the second time this year. Wine and grocery store sales will start July 1st. Tennessee is one of the best places to retire according to a recent survey, and we'll speak with the owners of a couple of the classic cars displayed last weekend at the Southern Wheels in Motion Car Show. The Les Paul Foundation awarded their first annual Spirit Award last week at Bonnaroo, and the play Legally Blonde opens tonight at the Tullahoma High School Auditorium. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
Backed by popular demand is the Stan McNabb Automotive Silent Sale.
We'll be closed July 3rd and 4th, but you can come by and check out our silent sale. We'll have all the vehicles with prices marked on the windshield. You can shop hassle-free. And then take advantage of the savings on July 5th when we reopen.
Welcome back. A Bedford County woman is charged a second time for doctor shopping or going to multiple providers to obtain prescriptions for controlled substances. The Office of Inspector General, with assistance from the Coffee County Sheriff's Office, announced the arrest of Sonia Mae Leverett, age 31, of Shelbyville. She is charged in Coffee County with 4 counts of doctor shopping involving the painkillers hydrocodone, using TennCare to pay for the clinical visits or the prescriptions. Leverett was first arrested in April after an indictment in Bedford County where she faced 3 counts of fraudulently using TennCare to obtain a controlled substance by doctor shopping. Both cases were being worked simultaneously, with the indictment served a few months apart. Coffee County District Attorney Craig Northcott is prosecuting the case.
After a battle lasting several years, shoppers will officially be able to buy wine in grocery stores beginning July 1st. Grocery store employees have been filling shelves with all the varieties for the days now. However, while the shelves may be stocked, shoppers will still have to wait until next Friday before purchasing. Shoppers do need to know a couple of guidelines. You can't purchase wine in grocery stores on Sundays, and customers will not be able to purchase wine in grocery stores on select holidays, including the 4th of July. Wine purchases can only be made Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. until 11 p.m. Beer will also be able to be for purchase on Sundays at grocery stores.
Comcast cable and internet customers in Franklin and Moore counties may lose their service if a dispute between Comcast and Duck River Electric Membership Corporation over utility poles isn't soon settled. According to Duck River Electric officials, Comcast is delinquent on its pole usage fees for the second time in as many years, and the co-op is threatening to pull the plug on Comcast and remove its equipment from the co-op's utility poles if the cable and internet provider doesn't pay up, late fees included. Duck River Electric Membership Corporation owns the utility poles and leases space on them to a variety of users, including Comcast competitors. In 2014, Comcast and the local co-op went through a similar spat over pole fees, which ended with Comcast paying what Duck River Electric requested, but never entering into a new long-term contract for pole usage.
Statistics released by the Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Department show the average hourly wage earned by the Tennesseans in May increased from the same time period in 2015. The finding is part of the Labor Market Information Unit's recent annual occupational wage and employment survey. Commissioner Burns Phillips says, quote, "We are pleased to report that the average wage for all occupations in Tennessee increased by 30 cents per hour from $19.55 to $19.85 per hour, end quote. The latest wage and employment estimates show average hourly wages ranging from $9.60 in food preparation and serving occupations to $44.85 in legal occupations. Healthcare practitioners and technical occupations are two of the fastest growing occupations in Tennessee, and statistics show the fields have over 180,000 workers who earn an average hourly wage of $31.75.
Tennessee has been named number 4 in a recent analysis of the 10 best states for retirement for 2016 by Kiplinger.com, a Washington, D.C. based publisher of business forecast and personal financial advice. The report rated all 50 states based on quantifiable factors that are important to retirees. Affordability, especially in terms of lower taxes on retirees and lower health care costs, was a key factor in the research. The economic health of the state, as well as the overall health of the population, was also taken into account. States with prosperous populations of residents ages 65 and over were also important in the comprehensive analysis. Tennessee is one of only 4 states in the country with a formal retiree recruitment program and continues to gain momentum as a retirement destination for baby boomers. Part of the Tennessee Department of Tourist Development, the Retired Tennessee program inspired more than 8,000 inquiries from potential retirees in 2015. Retired Tennessee communities become part of the program based on quality of life factors for retirees, such as cost of living, lively downtowns, real estate values and availability, and culture.
Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
The Russell Barnett Automotive family is the largest automotive retailer in southern Middle Tennessee. With over 1,200 vehicles to choose from, we are your one-stop shop. Check out our awesome website, russellbarnett.com. There's over 1,200 vehicles to choose from. Stop by one of our 5 locations. That's Russell Barnett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Chevrolet GMC, and Ford of Winchester, or Russell Barnett Ford and Kia of Tullahoma. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
Celebrate America's independence at Tullahoma's scenic Fraser McEwen Park. Saturday, July 2nd, gates open at noon and world-class fireworks at 9 p.m. Zaxby's presents the Tullahoma Kiwanis Independence Day Regional Celebration. This free event has fun for all ages and music for everyone. 7 bands, plus an Urgent Team Kid Zone, exotic animal petting zoo, food, fun, and games. Get the details at tullahomatn.gov/fireworks.
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. As we reported on Tuesday's Newsleader, the annual Southern Wheels in Motion Cruise-In was held last Saturday. I spoke with Leland Scott, who tells us about his classic Ford. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to an old friend. I mean a really, really old friend of mine. Actually, we're about the same age, so I'm giving away my age. But I'm speaking to Leland Scott, who's been a car enthusiast. I'm going to guess all his life, because I know that when we were teenagers, you guys were involved in this.
Yeah, always fool with old cars. That's, don't hunt, don't fish.
Yeah. Do you remember the first car you had, Leland?
49 Pontiac.
A 49 Pontiac, yeah. Okay. So did the car survive, or did you wreck it at some point?
I've been lucky. I've pulled up several mean tricks, but I don't remember wrecking one.
How many classic cars do you think you might have owned over your lifetime?
50.
No kidding. So you probably kind of always got a project going.
Honey, I got a project going right now.
Yeah.
In my garage.
And what are you working on in your garage?
I'm working on a 2004 Thunderbird.
I see. Okay.
And when they came out, didn't like the looks of them.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've got the front back end finished. I'm fixing to turn it around. I'm making a 56.
So you're going to make it. The 2004, by the way, folks, was sort of a replica of the original Thunderbirds. Is that correct?
Yeah, but the headlights, everything laid down flat, sunk in. It was just it didn't have no style to it. So I took the body of a 56 and adapted it to the 04.
I see. Now we're standing in front of a car that Leland is showing here today at the Southern Wheels in Motion show. And tell us a little bit about this car. It's one I remember.
Well, they came out as a flathead.
Okay. This is what model car is
it? It's a 49 Ford.
Okay.
It's a 49 Ford, and it came out originally as a flathead. Well, you change it over. A lot of times we change these cars over, and there's a gentleman a couple of years ago, he walks around my car, him and his lady, and he says, he loved this car because, said, look, it's still got a push-button starter. Anyway, and he looked at it. Finally, he got up here beside it. He said, "Oh my God!" Turned his head sideways. He said, "It's got a Chevrolet motor in it." He turned it. I mean, he didn't like it. So I said, "Well, I've got to do something." So I made it look. So now it looks like a flathead, but it's still a 350.
Yeah, we're going to look at a car here in just a moment that's sitting right next to it, which is a Ford product.
It's a Mercury,
And it's you really can't tell by looking at the engine just the difference in the car. What have you done to this car since you've had it, Leland?
Well, since I've had it, I've changed the motor, put the wide white balls, put the sun visor on, and it just mechanically, interior. Other than body, I haven't touched it.
I see.
Body.
Okay. And I noticed you're towing with this car a nice little trailer back there. It's a Coca-Cola trailer.
15 years. Me and Marty built that.
You actually built that?
Yes.
And it is a classic in itself, and it's actually functional because Leland's out here today offering people refreshments out of the back of this thing. Well, Leland, it's great to talk to you. It's a beautiful, beautiful car right here.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you.
Jim also spoke with Don Adams about his classic Mercury.
Folks, we're talking now with Don Adams, a retired fireman here in Tullahoma, and he also had a passion for cars and has, I think, most of his life also. Tell us about this particular vehicle you brought out here today to this show.
Well, this is a 49, and I got it when I retired.
Mercury. Right.
And I bought it when I retired, and I was going to fix, because I had one just like it when I was in high school.
Oh, okay.
So I got pictures of this one, then I got pictures of one when I was in high school.
Yeah.
They get to sit side by side.
Did you buy it pretty much like it is?
No.
Tell us about what you've done to this car.
No, this was a $2,500 car when I bought it. And I've spent $10,000 on it. And now it's a $3,000 car.
Yeah, but you had a lot of fun doing it along the way here.
I had a lot of fun.
So what have you done to it? Have you a new paint job, I say?
Yeah, I done it all. I painted it and upholstered it, all but the chroming. We had it re-chromed.
Now upholstery on the interior, which we're going to look at here in just a second, but that's kind of tricky. Do you know how to do that kind of thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I worked at the upholstery shop part-time back years ago. Matter of fact, the one Leland bought, Mr. Cole, I worked for Mr. Cole there a lot.
I see.
I done mostly upholstery on furniture until I got these old cars, and then I started.
So when you got the car, was the body in pretty good shape, or did you have to do some work on that?
The body was perfect. The body was good. It had been painted with a brush and stuff like that. It's just all labor of love.
I see. So how long did it take you to get this car from the point where you got it to now?
Well, it really didn't take long because when I retired, I wasn't going to do it. I said, I ain't going to do it. I'm going to just do this.
Yeah.
Well, that lasted for about 3 months. I got this done, and then we started on everything else. So we had about 5 at one time.
Oh my goodness.
Ones.
Now, again, this is a 49 Mercury. One of the significant things I see on it, which I promise you, when Don and I were growing up, you really didn't care about, it has no air conditioning.
No.
Right.
My wife can testify to that.
But best I remember, we didn't care.
We didn't care.
What kind of power plant is this car running?
It's just 110 horse.
Flathead?
Original V8, flathead, original motor.
Yeah.
Everything is original, even to the carburetor.
Yeah.
that people used to throw away because they couldn't rebuild these carburetors. This
Right.
type of downdraft. But I was lucky. I got it running 15, 16, 17, 18 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's still going.
Unbelievable. And I bet you show this car a lot, don't you?
We go to a lot of cruise ins. We don't, I'm not interested in showing too much as I am. I just love to go in the common ownership.
I actually have seen you driving this car places,
drive it.
so you drive it.
Drive it all the time.
Yeah, okay.
Drive it all the time.
And so, again, you spend a lot of money on it. You've spent a tremendous amount of time, but Don, you're having fun, right?
Oh, yeah, it's all fun.
All right, it's all good, folks. Don, thank you so much.
Thank you.
More Newsleader on 6 is coming up after these messages.
Here at Stan McNabb Collision Center, we work with all major insurance companies, and we get the job done right the first time, on time.
Well, I grew up in Tullahoma. We'd always done business with Stan McNabb, so when we needed collision service after a run-in with a deer, we knew to call those guys. We already had trust with them. We called Cody. He took great care of us. He kept us posted every step of the way, and we couldn't have been more pleased.
Getting your vehicle back to pre-loss condition shouldn't be a headache. So in the event of an accident, contact me, Cody Hall, at Stan McNabb Collision Center.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family caring for your family since 1932.
Welcome back. The Les Paul Foundation awarded their first annual Spirit Award last week at Bonnaroo to the Grateful Dead's Bob Weir. Well, let's watch the portion of the presentation.
Michael Bromstein. He is the Executive Director and CEO of the Les Paul Foundation. Michael, come on up.
Having worked next to Les for over 2 decades, I can't tell you how many times I heard him say, "Everyone thinks I'm a guitar." As the father of modern music, Les was clearly so much more. Les's spirit was one of musicianship, engineering, technology, and innovation. The Les Paul Foundation, created by Les himself, is determined to support 2 areas most important to him: music education and medical research to cure hearing impairment. The Les Paul Spirit Award will be presented annually to a recipient that upholds the same values as the foundation. A grant in the recipient's name will be chosen, and Bob has chosen the Grammy Foundation. Given Bob's accomplishments as both a musician and an innovator, there is no one more fitting to be the first recipient of this Les Paul Spirit Award. Much like Les, Bob's contribution to the music industry are significantly more than the casual fan knows. Bob co-founded the Grateful Dead, a band that has a spot among the legends in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He also built a state-of-the-art virtual venue known as Tri Studios. The studio incorporates groundbreaking innovations in music production where they are able to simulate performances environments from small nightclubs to large stadiums. The award is not only a presentation, but a priceless piece of iconic memorabilia created, designed, constructed, and used as acoustical panels by Les. The pieces of wood encased in this award, and you should all take a look at it soon, were hand-carved by Les and his son Rusty while building his home studio in Mahwah, New Jersey. The Les Paul Foundation has partnered with the Bonnaroo Works Fund and is proud to present the first Les Paul Spirit Award to Bob Weir.
I'd like to thank the Les Paul Foundation for this quite unexpected award, and also gorgeous. Les Paul Foundation itself, I'd like to commend its work. You know, he's somebody who merits some study because he really was a monster, a giant in music. And I also should probably make mention of the $20,000 that the Les Paul Foundation is going to kick to the Grammy Foundation. And the wonderful work the Grammy Foundation does in promoting music, music education in particular. They have a very comprehensive program for music education in general, and for individuals specifically, and for individual instructors, and just getting music education happening, and that's huge these days. I'll just say about music education is, I don't guess every kid has a whole lot of musical talent, or so they tell me. I'm not convinced of that. But just trying to learn to make music means you have to open up your abilities to learn. You can't fake anything. You can't fake it on the tests. You have to find within yourself the way to learn this stuff. And once you do that, you can apply those learning abilities to any field you want to go into. Music education should not be overlooked like it is being today. And so I want to applaud both the Les Paul Foundation and the Grammy Foundation and the Bonnaroo Works Fund, all three of them, for their efforts in music education.
We'll be right back in a moment.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Welcome back. The Community Playhouse Association will present the play Legally Blonde starting tonight at the Tullahoma High School. Peggy Burton spoke with the play's directors.
I have with me people from the Community Playhouse right here in Tullahoma, and a great play is coming up. Cynthia Redicott, president of the Community Playhouse, and Cody Bartz, welcome. And you're directing the play,
I am.
co-director, and they are doing Legally Blonde. I'm so excited about that. That's a fun
we
show,
are
isn't
very
it?
excited for it to come up.
Yeah, and it's coming up when?
June 23rd through the 26th. The 23rd, 24th, and 25th will be at 7:30 p.m. at the Tullahoma High School. And then the 26th will be at 2 o'clock at the high school.
And y'all are just doing one weekend. So
yes,
we'll
ma'am,
make
just
sure
one
you get that
weekend,
in your
4
head.
days.
But it is a big auditorium, lots of rooms, so bring all your family and every friend that you know of and get them in there because they're going to love this.
Yes.
How long have you been working on it?
We started with auditions back in February.
Yeah, back in February.
Yeah, back in February. And then we started rehearsals when they came home for spring break in March. And of course, had to wait for the college kids to come home.
It's a challenge,
It is
isn't
a
it?
huge challenge,
It's a huge
yes.
challenge. Who's playing the lead?
Skylar Ramsey is Elle Woods.
Yeah.
And then we have Evan Price as Emmett, and Jacob Shelton is Warner.
Okay.
And then we have
Good cast.
Yes, Heather Kleinfeld is Paulette. Corey Cole is going to be our Brooke Wyndham. But it's a huge cast, many locals. There's about 42 in the cast.
Big cast. I've heard a little bit of the music when I'd be in a meeting and y'all be practicing in the next room. Cody, this is your first time to co-direct, isn't it?
It is. Well, I co-directed in high school, Wizard of Oz.
But this is my first time outside of school to do something like this.
Do you find it something you love to do?
Oh yeah, I absolutely love it. I look forward to rehearsals every single day.
Good. And I'll bet the kids love you.
Yeah,
and the cast probably loves you.
Yeah, I think I connect with them a lot easier.
Because what's not to love, right?
I think I connect with them a lot easier than I guess most directors or co-directors would, because I did go to school with a lot of them. I was in previous plays with a lot of them. So.
Well, it really is encouraging to me to see young people coming up and taking over and willing to do some stuff. I know that you don't have an orchestra for this, but you have a great soundtrack.
We do. We have MT Pitt, which is amazing.
And has that been hard to work with?
It has not been hard to work with. At first, because we had never used it before, we weren't sure about it. But now that we've learned the system, we've got Todd Nichols coming in running our music for us.
It's nice to have a genius in the house.
It is nice to have him on standby. So he's taking care of all that, and it sounds like the orchestra.
So you only run one weekend, and let's tell everybody how to get tickets. I know they can get them online, so I'll let you tell that.
You can go online to www.communityplayhouse.org, or you can call our phone number at 931-455-0620.
And this one is on the season ticket, isn't it?
Correct. This is part of the season ticket season.
And are all the seats reserved?
These seats are general admission because it is at the high school.
Okay, so the people that have tickets, they still need to, they don't have to call.
No, if they already have their season tickets, they just walk in, they already have them.
If you want to sit on the front row, come a little early.
Yes, we'll open the house 30 minutes before showtime.
Because we want to pack the house.
Yes, please. We only have 4 days.
Yeah. It's a 2-act play, and are y'all doing, do you do concessions?
We do. We'll have concessions before the show and during the show. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's really good. We gotta go. I'm so sorry.
Thanks for having us.
I'm so proud of you, Cynthia and Cody. Good luck. You will see me at the play, and we'll all have fun.
And the Coffee County Humane Society's featured pet this week is Sokka. Sokka is a smooth-coated bull terrier mix who urgently needs a home, as he's been at the shelter for a very long time. The shelter also has many other dogs available for adoption at 1210 Oakdale Street in Manchester. Hours of operation at the shelter are 7:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. And the shelter's phone number is 723-2730. Donations for animal care can be made to the Coffee County Humane Society at P.O. Box 252, Manchester 37349, and their website is www.coffeehumane.org.
Stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up after these messages.
The Kia Summers on Us sales event is going on right now at Russell Barnett Kia of Tullahoma. Let me tell you about this event. Purchase a new Kia Sedona, Kia Optima, Kia Forte, and receive 0% financing up to 66 months and your first 3 payments for free. For a limited time only, no strings attached. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. The Kia Summers on Us sales event going on right now. Why buy anywhere else?
You made the time and the sacrifice to broaden their horizons, to see their smiles, but mostly to make lifelong memories. We think it's time to do it again, just the 2 of you. Don't let illness or injury slow you down. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1930 at 100 degrees. The record low was in 1933 at 49 degrees. The average high on this day is 87 and the average low is 64. Tonight there's a 40% chance of showers in your forecast with a low expected around 74. 40% chance of rain remains in the forecast for Friday with a high of 93 and a low of 73, and a 30% chance of rain expected on Saturday with a high of 94 and a low of 76. And that's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
And from all of us on Newsleader 6, wishes you and your families a beautiful weekend. Thank you.